Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Of course. Our new leader's no better at resisting her wheedling than the old one was.
Welcome to the Night Show! I'm your host, your grand MC, your Knight of Entertainment, the one, the only, TK, Diz, Isaac, Quickstep, and Orient. I know you can call me, and I welcome you onto this journey of Final Fantasy 16, where let's go find our uncle, see what happens next. Because if you guys remember, we've not only been introduced to Sid, but our uncle is now here. Sorry guys, just trying to set something up real quick. A minute. And we're back. Uncle Byron's here.
My dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are
Kevin.
2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers.
Holy shit! Especially a tenant doesn't sound like it'd be a small thing. Just casually brings 2,000.
And I'm
Damn.
afraid that is all I know.
Uncle Byron really is the
A fleet
best.
sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kopko withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place.
This answer something to you?
Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly, her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in
Everything is Drake.
magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance.
Maybe they're hiding.
No.
Hiding
The journey
from.
would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it.
Leviathan.
So what then was the plan?
We still have yet to see anything from Leviathan.
Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Walooders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way.
Oh, we're gonna travel with our uncle.
I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Alright, let's go talk to Otto.
Otto. Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have
Just
to.
wants to kill one
I
guy.
promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
I always gotta trust the uncle. Where are we going now? Return to Byron. But are we not bringing Jill?
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Oh, Byron is honestly the best guy. You know, sometimes it can just be a cut scene, you know?
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Riddle of the Sands. Let's see.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
New monsters to fight.
Over here! All yours, Torgal.
Yes.
Caution, my boy. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua.
Damn.
So eager to be there when your brother arrived. You whipped your chocobo too hard.
Yeah, I don't mind switching. I switched Remote to Titan. His are a lot more cool looking.
I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Is it because it's sand? It's hard to get through and all that.
Who do you think those soldiers are? Say, Lord Cook. Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Oh, Byron's the best. Quest destination nearby. It's funny when it says it to a cutscene.
Look there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehill. Our Luda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
How dare you exclude Torgal? Somebody just throws up the HUD.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would
No,
only let
give me
take you to
Joshua.
someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Kupka, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Ooh, we're gonna fight in a brawl?
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads. But we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
Just chucks his food. That has to be a bad way to hold soup. Is that what he was eating?
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend.
Oh, he just chucked his... Took all the food. How about we'll be able to pay for the damages? And again, he dropped like what, 2,000 tenants? I mean, the tenant parts didn't sound like it was a lot, but the reaction was definitely gonna, especially 2,000. Who drops 2,000 gold? Damn, nothing but that. All we got was a bloody hide.
For your trouble.
Yeah, he paid for it.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Why do we keep getting prevented from seeing our brother?
Clive?
Is he chasing after? Please, please, then we're gonna have a reunion with Joshua?
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
didn't know where to find Kupka before, we do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Honestly, who knows? Wait, when you're saying something live action, you're talking about like something that was adapted from an anime, correct? Or animation, something like the Disney live action movies or something like that. Honest to God, I will be honest. There's not a lot of live action movies I've watched in cases like that. So some of them are all the same. Some of them are just bad or forget the point of what was actually,
It would seem Lord Kupka
the
is not
point of their.
accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust.
And let's be honest, there's a lot of ways a movie can just fuck its own premise.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Very, very.
Woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
I have really enjoyed the Arrowverse live action series. They were always, dare I say, entertaining.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they shut.
So we can talk to. Okay, no, we have to be around here. Okay. Oh, I see where we're supposed to.
Get back to your homes. But I didn't get one. Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamel's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
The better question is, how would you make?
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamel, would you?
No.
Like, how would you make a sequel to The Princess Bride? I mean, it kind of had a.
Thank you all the same.
Alright, where's the next one? Oh, right here.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamel. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Okay, so somewhere around here. Okay, no, I went too far. Yeah, I think the only problem is where would the villainy be? Like, what is he gonna steal? Dread Pirate Roberts?
I'm looking for a woman
I don't know,
by the
man.
name of Rosina Delamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps.
Do you?
Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Did you really need to do a quest?
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Delamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Going to a bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
Yeah, but it seemed like this. Why bother?
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Man, all you had to do was just tell me what I wanted to know. Damn, that one just got wrecked. I'll say, definitely the abilities feel strongest in hits. I mean, just like that. There we go. No more.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Going to the Lock of Leisure.
Lights and buds!
God, I don't know if it's just the desert feel brings me back, but I'm reminded of a little doll.
My carpets.
Is this the place?
Ubo's Forge. the Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Delamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that...
Alright, unfortunately, guys, looks like we're gonna have to take a brief break, so we'll be back shortly.
Let's leave this moment.
And we're back. Sorry about the disappearing act, everyone. But, you know, sometimes people just, they don't care what you're doing, so...
Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping.
Some people, they just don't care what you're doing, so...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
That's because Clive likes to help people.
Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is...
Oh, and he's like, it's only natural, as if the idea that anyone else would ever want to...
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But
Damn, you motherfucker calling us old!
we were speaking of what I want.
I would say he might be an ally or helpful, but you are pissing off the wrong kind of people, mate.
To me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
We are not exactly...
Trouble! If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard.
I mean, motherfucker, we have what, 4 dominance powers?
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play.
I'm sorry, Byron is literally the best.
I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Delamil.
Alright, let's go do these requests. I don't know particularly which one we're going to. I'm literally just wandering to the first. Let's see, so who do we have here that wants our help? Looks like the merchant.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
So we have to find a thief. So I'm guessing we have to talk to all the townspeople, then we can find out what we're doing. Because
Do you have a moment?
there's no change in the notifications or the quest marker. Unless the game is literally probably we have to find it.
Delamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Alright, now there's one last one to find. And I don't believe we're gonna find him this way. But seriously, this place totally gives me Uldai rep feels, and honest to God, I can't tell you. And again, it might just literally be desert merchant and wealthy nation.
You wouldn't believe how much you
that was 14, and that was Uldai, and Uldai was
do for you,
good.
soldier?
It's a nice place. I
Need that
definitely
sword
love that
polishing.
place.
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have
Did she just have?
agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some poor...
I'm just gonna not say anything else about the comment, but the sheer fact she said offered to polish her sword is not something I was expecting.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use.
Oh, yeah, see, that's why we had to talk to. Me.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The finest fabric.
What was all that crashing and banging about before? Some out of towners.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Did our uncle take the time to get laid?
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Please tell me I'm not gonna accidentally walk into Uncle doing shit. Because he might be a cool man. I do not need to see that. Oh, thank God.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
Oh, we're going to see the captain?
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
I'm assuming he's bribing the guard, but...
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld.
Damn!
But enough about
our uncle is a rich
subterfuge.
man.
What did you
Rich man.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need to drink.
Yep, they got courtesans. That woman was definitely not just talking about helping with cleaning the swords off. Well, I mean, she was, but not the sword you're thinking of, probably. Last comment on that.
1,000
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of piss.
Okay, the high prices in this place is enough to make me question. Oh, I thought for a second it was saying like that, but that's just a gate ending thing. But it looks like I actually need to go this way, and I'll fast travel to the end at least.
Why is the tavern shut?
Don't ask me. Damn, our uncle can move. But, because there's monsters, kill! Oh, so that hammer arm is cool.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Aw, you think you can kill both of us? Man, I've got one of your guys' boss's power, and I know how to kill like some... Damn! Okay, yeah, Titan's power is definitely replacing removes. Do they have a healer? Motherfuckers brought a healer? You the healer? Come on, which one's you the healer? Who's the healer? Come on, I'm gonna show you. Show you exactly what it means to be a healer in my you're fighting me. Because I know the rules. You always go for the one in the robe. I'm gonna show you exactly what happens. Yeah, you gotta wonder what happens in a moment like this when you're just so fucking screwed, where your enemies are just gonna kill you. Like, they're not giving you a chance. Like, you're dead.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is.
Oh, what wonders.
Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
You're stuck with that nickname, mate. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
Try this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them
It's a
that
Stolus.
Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Stellan. Tuis Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Cid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Oh, we follow the crystals. Ooh, we got a side quest now. I thought for a second it was from him, but no, it looks like it wasn't.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
Is a weird.
I'm afraid not.
Never
line.
mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Give you a hand.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
It's always a riddle, mate.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Okay. Let's keep searching.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't ship
This is a side quest or a...
All those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
You all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. And secondly,
This is probably not helping.
perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Alright.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
I don't mind these side quests because they're...
It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Alright. Well, I love how the baths are apparently hot water. Like, that's not something you should worry about, I feel like. Then again, he's not said that this is a hot spring, so... yeah. Curious about some detail. Oh yeah, we still have Uncle Brian with us.
They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
We can make our way back.
Oh, another one? So many side quests.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me
No,
what
this
makes
is
a
a
good
side
carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Don't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Let's go see what's up here. So I'm also just trying to... No, I do need to keep going forward. I just need to actually make sure I'm going the right way. One sec there, guys.
We should get going soon.
Ah, did we automatically get into a cutscene?
I'm not too late.
What is it,
Huh.
Lubor?
Wasn't expecting that.
Question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Dhalmekia and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days.
Ooh, did we get missing
There may
men?
be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost
Guards
one
need to be
Sid
lightest,
already.
huh?
If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Obviously, well, no one else is going to die. But first, yeah, we're going this because I didn't even realize we were going to be on the way for it. But
Shall we?
looks like we were start continuing the main quest without even meaning to. Like I said, we're gonna continue this way first because we got side quests. There are fire bombs. There are bombs in the freaking water. I love it. This side quest is continuing us on the path to the main quest. I like the aspect and the idea I can apparently somehow summon my chocobo here. But our goal is right here. Yep, they got bombs. And those things are literally always iconic in the appearance. Back bombs. I love it. Ooh, recharge. I don't know why I did that. I charged out of my thing. Okay, that one they hit me at the same time I was going to. I was not going to be able to charge the Titans. More. Okay, you know what? Why not? Where's the fun in not using my limit break when I have it?
Nice try. Over here.
He's like, how do I keep aiming at the one that I wasn't fighting before? Actually, that might still be good, because especially the less of these guys that are on the field, the less I have to worry about. Hard. There we go. Nothing good.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Alright, so now we should have everything. So let's, instead of going back, we're just gonna warp from the map. Wasn't expecting the world map, but okay. But I love the idea that freaking goddamn monsters were the reason for all this. Now the way we can do this is two ways. Because I'm thinking, since we are getting close to the story mode anyways, I'm pretty sure we could always just come back and turn in these side quests. You know what, fuck it, let's do that option because... I mean, why not? I mean, we're right here. This seems kind of a waste to have to come all the way back. I'm pretty sure the side quests will still be there, so... yeah. Okay, see. Now that we can warp back here, maybe I might just go turn them in first.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father.
I like this.
Who would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then. Go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet.
We don't get to quest with him anymore.
You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
But since we do have a warp here now, I want to go turn on this. Oh no, it literally just has to walk out. Well, seeming how it's going to be a fighting area, looks like we're the Drake's Fan. I'm just gonna, and I just realized that's not even the right area. Which makes me wonder what, but we can just literally warp right back to right here, so do that.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
So,
no,
how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil log. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light.
I love how his focus is apparently things he just cannot control.
Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
Why does he just have, like, no one who can back him up?
The is no better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Nothing. Alright, so that had more than expected to it, but we can at least turn one.
My carpets have bright.
Take a sniff.
Turn one more.
Needed to a silken softness.
Plates and pots! There he is. Basins, I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Well. Mission of Scarlet. The Scarlet, I think, is curious enough. Alright, let's go finish our next side quest and worry about nothing left. Well, I mean, we'll continue... What the hell? Oh, I think it's because I pressed X near an item for it. Okay, I'm just going to do this because I'm curious about something. Yeah, it looks like it's somewhere around there, so I'm going to do this. Okay, that was actually not as close as I thought, but you know what? Chocobo!
Fly, Ambrosia.
Fly! And I'm skipping so many monsters, but we'll focus on a different spot for monster hunting when we're closer. Okay. Dismount. Looks like there's a guy.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And
minerals.
if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now.
Clive really likes to help people, I've noticed.
I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just...
Alright. Terrace.
Throw it in...
Sorry, sometimes the maps are just so confusing. I gotta warp all the way back here now.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping...
Sometimes these maps can just...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Thought there was another side quest that we were missing.
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and...
Needed to a silken softness.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Sweet incense.
We should get going soon.
Well, thankfully it looks like the terrace, the location we're going, this place isn't that far. No, we don't have to go all the way around, thankfully. The limestones are nice and quick to pick up. Except when I do the action that makes it harder for me to pick stuff.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
After all the help we've gotten.
Finally, we'll be able to get this.
Silver platters. Fresh bread, warm
The
from the
juiciest
oven.
meat from Greece. Yes, they're quite soft.
Alright, let's see how this ends.
Wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
And over the spring line.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable, but only just. I'd say you're
Just
worth
a
keeping
hassle.
around a little longer.
Damn.
Tomorrow you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will.
Didn't honestly think he was gonna get anything. We're good with that.
Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
Know your ideas, huh?
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all.
See, this is why you probably shouldn't teach. You do riddles to teach someone. Sometimes the point is just to go for, like, I honest to God had no idea what the heck. Pat.
I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have.
Like, honest to God, I thought he was literally just gonna be failed. I don't even understand that whole quest. That was just weird. Goblin coin. The weird thing we sell for Joe. Alright. Well, now that we've done all these parts, and there ain't nothing else here. Drake's Fang. Oh, they gave him metal or gauntlet hands? I'm confused with that. Or no, I think he's just wearing gauntlets over his hands. I can't tell. Or they put his hands back. I'm a little confused what's going on here. I mean, he still clearly has I mean, not completely? Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rossfield!
The fuck are you?
On your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
Who
And
are
how would
you?
he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Who the hell are you? I wonder, if I do this, will it tell me who the hell... Lord Harbrought. Okay, so it's just the commander of their armies.
As long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
I feel like that thing he's gonna corrupt him.
What of it?
A mother crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps
He's suggesting he absorbed the mother crystal.
The crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just corrupting.
I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Oh.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light.
Looks like we're definitely taking on Titan now, which means, well, I guess Bahamut, Bahamut and Odin are left. There's still been no reference to Leviathan, though. Which is weird. Mythos?
Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Shit. Where definitely looks like a fight's gonna happen. Wait, Mythos is what we were called. Wait, is everyone here dead? What the fucking hell is that? Did you just eat their fucking heart?
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
What the hell is that? I don't know how to respond to that.
Are the beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They've spotted us.
Those meant to be orcs? Man, that's for my orcs green skin. Or brown. I'll take the red skinned orcs. They felt right. These don't even freaking make me think of orcs.
Taken over the entire mine.
Yeah, I think entering from the mine just was not the right option. Apparently the mine is literally covered in beastmen. I wonder if Final Fantasy 14 would ever use beastmen. Then again, I don't think they use the term beastmen anymore for the other races, so... I really wonder if the game is going to happen after Walker finishes its last patch.
So much for the men of the rock. Dhalmekia's finest.
The amount of times this game makes me think of something from 14. I think it is just because they've used so many terms from it.
Alright.
Oh, killing fools is what I do. Also, can we acknowledge Torgal is almost always present with us? Like, then again, I think Torgal is meant to be, I guess, our hound, even though the beginning of Shiva and all that implies, you know, Torgal isn't. Because, you know, he got his power from apparently jail. But you can tell Arhound, which is probably why the closest he's the only party member who's only usually missing for certain fights. Damn, that's it right. And reinforcements. Is it literally called fodder? Are these people called fodder? Like as in cannon fodder? Because that's just kind of sad.
Too slow. Over here. This one. Over here.
Hey, we leveled. Kind of funny that happened before the level up screen, but now, what way can we go? Oh, obviously this way. Yeah. Actually, I gotta either just start selling that shit or not bother.
Won't be going any further this way.
Anyone else want to just acknowledge we've either gotten... Oh, looks like that way. Like, we've either gotten potion or high potion. We don't get anything else. Like, not mega potion, not X potion.
Stairs. This must be the way out.
And apparently more orcish fodder. Ooh, I hit. Oh! Seriously, that charge deck does a lot. It is a very useful skill. Mother. Fucking hell, what is... That is an orc. A warlord, apparently.
Sneaking past this one. How did it get in here?
Sometimes I gotta say, these weapons are just so, like... I get it, it's a big ass... Does it have the ability to teleport? And now that's staggered. Ooh, yes, but from the limit break. Damn, Warlord went down. Oh, should not have done that. I want to use wind up as soon as basically I can. Oh, you knocked me right out of wind up. Stop knocking me out of no wind up. Okay. Trying to use wind up right now is not helping me. Oh, and I apparently already used it, so I can't do it again. Oh, let me break it. Meteorite, that's what we got from fighting such a big guy. Really? That's the only reaction we get out of that? Like, no cool statement, no witty line. And we're going the wrong way. Wait, we can apparently still cross from here? Damn. What are we seeing here?
By the flames. Come on, Torgal. Kuka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Damn. Did we gain a high potion or did we just heal from one? Well, that time we definitely healed. I got a feeling we're running right into the Titan fight, but... What better way can we leave this off?
Let the trial begin.
Ooh. Another fight? An Ultima?
What the hell?
With me,
That? The Undertaker? That's what we're facing. The Undertaker right now. Alright. I'll play. I was ready to expect a boss fight. Ooh, just love all that nice damage. Spirits Within. Honestly, that is something you probably don't want to reference. Actually, limit break. I think part of the reason Spirits Within was just seen as so terrible is because it was not done well. Like, nothing about it was considered even a Final Fantasy, which is saying something. I'm just reminded once again, one of the biggest points that you always have to remember a Final Fantasy. You won't always see a character from older games in a Final Fantasy game. It doesn't happen. Like, for example, don't expect just because you saw Cloud and Leon together in a game from Kingdom Hearts doesn't mean you'll see them again in a Final Fantasy series. Like, they don't exist in the same world. Not in actual Final Fantasy. I mean, it's possible for that to come across one in a game, but you need to be playing Dissidia for something like that, not an actual just standard Final Fantasy game. And we took on the Undertaker, and we won. Now, where's my championship belt?
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
So weird. Now, if you guys are curious, that's going to be it for our show tonight. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed our show. Share, favorite, follow, like, spread it around. Trust me, if I can entertain you all, I'm happily able to entertain as many as I can. Without further ado, I hope, though, this is it for us tonight. I know this probably wasn't our best stream, but hey, hopefully we'll have some better ones. Also, one last thing I almost forgot. Subscribe, it can only help the channel. Till next time, this is the Night Show, signing off for the night.